Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey. This is a reading for Virgo, wherever Virgo shows up in your chart. I hope you're all doing well. If you haven't watched the human design profile readings from this last round, I went on a rant about how I'm no longer editing these videos at all due to CapCut's change in their terms of service. So, however, these videos go while they're recording is how it's going to show up on YouTube. So, my dog freaking out if that happens. Me sitting here staring at the cards, because I do that sometimes. It takes a minute for words to get from my brain to my mouth. All of that, raw, unedited. It's literally going from camera to YouTube. So with that being said, the other announcement that I have is that after these rounds of readings, I'm going to be taking a break from posting readings, at least for a month, maybe longer. It very well could be permanent also, which just makes me want to cry. This is the second time I'm saying it out loud. Leo was the first video that I did, but yeah, I'm not sure. I started EMDR therapy recently, which has been so amazing, and I feel very fragile. I feel I'm exactly where I need to be, but also I have to recognize that the growth of the channel is just not what I was hoping for it to be at 3 years basically. I absolutely love giving tarot readings. I don't know if I would stop doing that, but I don't know. It feels like it's been stuck for a while, and I don't know if that's me or I don't know. I actually think I have lost a few subscribers in the last couple weeks, which is also fine. I'm one of those people that I'll subscribe to somebody's channel because we're locked in, and then at some point we are no longer locked in. So I unsubscribe, and I subscribe to somebody else's channel. It is what it is. But yeah, I think this is the only thing besides breathing that I have done consistently for the last 3 years, and it's kind of like one of those things of if the energy isn't there for it, if it's not giving back as much as you're putting into it, why continue? But I don't know. I'm just saying that at least for a month, probably 2, possibly longer, I am going to be taking a break. And if I do decide to make it a permanent thing, I will. I'm assuming I would announce that. I am going to try to do the human design readings too. I'm definitely going to get through the zodiac signs. I'm just not sure if I am going to have the energy to do those as well. So it'll be a surprise to me too. But anyway, happy birthday to you. If you are a Virgo sun, coming up, I will probably miss, obviously saying that. So happy early birthday. But okay, I think that's all that I wanted to say about that. And let's get a couple cards for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? What's going on in Virgo right now? Is Mars in Virgo? Yeah. Who is this? 6 of Cups. This reminds me of Penelope from Bridgerton. What else for Virgo? I only take the cards that come out of the deck. I don't take the cards that flip in the deck because we want commitment, and I don't take them seriously if they don't come all the way out. For Virgo. Ten of Wands. Good luck charm. That's a Wheel of Fortune. This was actually, I don't know, I can't see like the screen from my camera, but I don't know if you saw me, like I flipped one of the cards over that almost came out, and it was this card. See? And that's why. Because if it's serious, it'll come out. Hello, babies. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, Six of Cups, Ten of Wands. Good luck charm. King of Pentacles. It definitely feels like you've been going through some shit. I mean, you know, it could even be that you are dealing with old shit in some capacity. Like, maybe it feels like a burden, or even just feeling the same feelings from the past. You know, it's like, I mentioned EMDR therapy. Like, literally that model of therapy, you have to go back into the emotion of the thing to release it, you know, right? Or like to reprogram it. So there could just be something that is coming up that is difficult, or again, like maybe it feels like a burden on you. The hell? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the Six of Cups is the card of the past, or nostalgia. It says, give yourself the compassion you were never given. It's also, you know, acts of kindness, reparenting yourself, because that's very much giving yourself the compassion that you were never given. Inner child work, right? Like in this moment, or you know, whatever it is that you are going through, because the Ten of Wands is burden. It says, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Sometimes it's like, that's out of your control, you know? Or is it? I feel like I just got side-eyed. But yeah, you know, like if you are in a situation where, again, I mean, it's bringing up a familiar feeling from any time in the past. It could have been a year ago. It could have been 10, 20, 30, however many years ago it is, right? Like there is this opportunity here for you to really even dig into where is that coming from? Like, this need to give yourself compassion or grace, or even to love yourself through something, like, where is that, the root of that thing, right? Like, where is that coming from? And it's asking yourself, it's asking your inner self at whatever point of life that was, like, what did you need in this situation that you were not given? Did you need compassion? Did you need love? Did you need, support, rest, whatever it is, and it's truly giving that to yourself right now. I also kind of love this flowers aspect, because I, like, as I was staring at this card, it was, I heard in my head, give yourself flowers. Like, when you hear that saying, give them their flowers, or it's like, give them their recognition, or celebrate them, right? Even just giving yourself a pat on the back for where you're at, where you were, what you've come through, what you have survived, even. It says, no one has ever bought me flowers before, the witch says to the florist. And it suddenly dawned on me that there's absolutely nothing stopping me from buying them for myself. You see, she decided that she's no longer letting other people's past treatment of her determine how she treats herself in the here and now. If someone ever made you think that you didn't deserve good things, then you're being called upon to unlearn those ideas, because they're simply not true, nor have they ever been. Not only are you worthy of having good things, but you're worthy of having every incredible thing you've ever wanted. So do something nice for yourself today. And truly, I feel like that's the thing that fills that void. Because if we are trying to get that externally from somebody else, like if we were still waiting for somebody else to buy us flowers, not only is it like giving our power away, but now, like, we're attaching our security, our power to somebody else, which then gives them the opportunity to, like, take it away, right? Like, or it's like you're just kind of constantly trying to fill that need or that wound, or like I said, the void. So filling it yourself, doing those things that you maybe are or have been looking for in another person, learning how to give those things to yourself, huge, bro. Nobody can love you better than you can. But most of us, majority of us, have to even learn how to fucking love ourselves. Because we didn't even learn that, right? Like, we were in survival mode, or it just wasn't even, like a blip on the radar, because there was other shit to have to survive, right? So now you are at this point here where it's learning to give that to yourself. The Ten of Wands, why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Which is honestly kind of interesting, because I feel like, maybe that is a message that you need to hear. Because also, we can overcomplicate things. But at the same time, it's like I always, I kind of like think of a seesaw or like a teeter-totter, like if things have been completely out of balance on one side of things, then it makes sense to go in the complete opposite side of things, at least to me. And then it's kind of like you figure out where the equilibrium is between those things. You little. Don't be coming in here chewing on your bone. I don't know if you can hear that, but go on. Go on. Hey, my brain can't do both. You should see how he's looking at me. He's like, you're doing your thing, let me do my thing. So yeah, if things have been completely out of balance on one side of things, it's like having to learn what moderation is, it's like having to learn what balance is, because the extremes of both sides. But the other thing, like when I was looking at the card, she's carrying all these candles here, right? And to me, it feels like she's clearing out. Like, it feels like she's donating a bunch of stuff she doesn't need. Like, that's the immediate feeling I got when I saw her carrying all these candles. So, that could be energetically clearing. That could be, truly physically clearing clutter, things that, because the stuff that we have has energy, right? So it's clearing out the things that are no longer carrying the energy for you anymore. Also too, like I don't know if this happens to you too, but for me, like even the room that I do these readings in, I rearranged it one time, and I just thought it was going to be, just a quickie, couple hour thing to move around some furniture. It took days, because I truly believe this. I'm moving energy around, right? Like I'm moving furniture, I'm moving stuff off of shelves, I'm moving a bookshelf, so I'm moving all of the stuff off of the bookshelf. And it's like I'm going to use a Harry Potter reference because I always do, but I don't remember what movie it is though, but like when they were trying to get the Horcrux that was in Bellatrix Lestrange's safe or whatever, right, with the dragon, and they touch one thing and then it multiplies. That's how it feels. And I truly believe that happens because the energy was just stuck. So when you start moving things around, they start multiplying, right? So she probably thought that she had like one candle and now she ended up with 10. Like, how did I get 10 candles? Like, I don't need 10 candles. But I just kept buying candles at some point, right? For whatever reason, and just never ended up using them. But also it's clearing that energy out. donating the stuff that's no longer serving you. I mean, sell it on Facebook Marketplace, get a couple bucks for it. That's an energy exchange, right? Get on your local, like, no buy Facebook page and give shit away. I've been doing that more versus like dropping stuff off to Goodwill or Arc. Um, because I'd rather it just go to people like for free versus Goodwill jacking the effing price on something that they received for free. And, like, don't even get me started. I'm not going to go on that tangent, but, just options, right? Clearing out the clutter. And then the Wheel of Fortune. I love that the Wheel of Fortune is the last card because, like, it says, if nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. But it just it feels like the energy is changing, and that is what the Wheel of Fortune talks about. The only thing constant is change, right? Like how whatever has been going on here, it is changing. And not only that, it is changing in the most bestest way. We have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I love that. Where is Jupiter right now? It's in Cancer. So, I mean, wherever Cancer is in your chart, you might see things changing in that area of your life. I mean, it doesn't, specifically have to be that, but you will definitely see things, moving forward or at least resolving in some capacity. It could even just be finding that balance, finding the equilibrium. But at the same time, though, like there is this massive leveling up that's happening with the King of Pentacles. It's learning to give yourself the things that you didn't get or that you needed with the Six of Cups, right? Clearing out any clutter. The Tens are also a completion. So again, we have this double kind of confirmation of things coming to an end here, this burden ending. The Wheel of Fortune is also a 10. The King of Pentacles says true success isn't just about money, it's about happiness too. How perfect is this? The sign says thanks for supporting local witches. I love how, like, the Ten of Wands and this King of Pentacles, it seems to be like these cards coming out more about the image or the message on the card versus the energy of it, because I wasn't necessarily talking anything specific to wands in regards to the Ten of Wands. I mean, sure, of course, like it is taking action to declutter, whether that is energetically or tangibly, and then even with the King of Pentacles, the message on it being true success isn't just about money, it's about happiness too. It's even, like getting clear on what happiness is for you. Like, what is success to you? It's like the ambition or the motivation that you have, which would be wands. Maybe that's changing. Maybe you're like, you know what? That was actually causing a lot of stress. And maybe it wasn't even something that you had an ambition about, but it was kind of, instilled into you to want a specific thing or to have a certain type of position or whatever, right? But you're like, you know what? That's actually not at all like what I want. It's causing more stress, anxiety, dysregulation within myself to try to be that thing versus really honoring what makes me happy, really honoring. And I honestly think too that Mars is probably helping a lot with that. I don't know how well Mars does in Virgo, but it all of a sudden I kind of got this feeling of just having a little bit of extra oomph, extra energy to make those decisions for yourself, to do all of this literally for yourself. And that's where clarity comes from, because then you can start making decisions and moving in directions that are in alignment with you. Not some story that, you have been living for however long with this, even with the Six of Cups. The 10 of Cups behind here, stop it right now. Okay. The 10 of Cups says, okay, but sometimes it really is all rainbows and smiles, bro. They're sitting on a beach. The stars behind that, have faith that healing is in the forecast. The broom, which is the death card, tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. The 3 of Wands, put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. I'm excited for you. Now is the time, right? Uranus is going into Gemini. On the 7th. It's been in Taurus for the last 7 years, wherever Taurus is for you. A lot of good change happening here. And truly, it is going to be based on you knowing yourself either for the first time or even more than you ever have. Beautiful. I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards, and I will talk to you soonish. Bye.